You're watching TBD all over Washington.
Jamie, thank you so much. Quarter till the 10 o'clock hour. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And there's a new study suggesting breast cancer survivors can lower their risk of recurrence just by taking aspirin. Joining us live with more on the study, frequent contributor and medical director of Associates in Radiation Oncology, Dr. Anu Gupta. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Interesting stuff. You're probably, well, I shouldn't say you are. Men tend to do it more than women. But maybe a lot of people over a certain age should be taking a children's aspirin, because we know that can go a long way toward preventing heart attacks. If you're a breast cancer survivor, should you be taking an aspirin too?
Well, according to this Nurses' Health study, yes, it looks like you should be. And this is actually the third study looking at the use of aspirin in breast cancer cells. Breast cancer cells tend to produce a certain hormone that aspirin acts on, prostaglandins. And we know aspirin is actually quite effective in other cancers. So at least on this study, it looks like it's lowered the risks of disease coming back and lowered the risks of dying. Now, it's still early on. We have no idea what dose you should be taking, and there are side effects to aspirin. So
the dose part of this is important. One of the reasons they tell men to take a children's aspirin is because you take a lot of aspirin over time, it can have a very bad effect on the lining of your stomach.
So children's aspirin is 81 milligrams, and frankly, it's not just men anymore. Even women should be taking a daily aspirin for heart protection. So, but this study has actually been yet another one showing that aspirin may be beneficial in the treatment of several cancers, including colon cancer.
We've talked about sort of where we are in the fight against breast cancer a couple times, and maybe it's useful to review it again as we're into Breast Cancer Awareness Month. We know so much more about this disease. Death rates are coming down. Case rates still continue to increase, and that's a whole other epidemiological question. What do you think? Are you optimistic now or pessimistic about the future of treating breast cancer?
Oh, very optimistic. I think cancers in general are going to become more and more of a chronic disease than the fatal diseases that they used to be. So early detection has helped dramatically with the incidence of breast cancer. And as part of my role with the American Cancer Society, there's a march at the end of the month raising funds. And to highlight that, I brought you a T-shirt. The American Cancer Society has a Making Strides program, and I would like everyone to check into the American Cancer Society website, get some information about the fundraising events. They do some excellent research, a lot of work, and thousands of women will be participating in it, and it's a gift for you.
That's very nice, and it would be a gift indeed for anyone who has been touched by this disease. And that's the thing to remember, that breast cancer is not just the patient. It affects everyone in the entire family. It
is a family event, so check into it and sign up.
There you have it. Dr. Anu Gupta, thanks so much for joining us. Always a pleasure. New music and shows at local theaters. That's coming up on TBD's The 9. We'll take a closer look when we come right back. Stay with us, please.